Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today's another story time. Before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give a girl a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials, Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok and Twitter at Lifewithsymone. And make sure y'all run these numbers up and keep going with the thumbs up. Y'all did good. Y'all been doing good. Keep going, because the more y'all thumbs up these videos, the more I'm gonna push out this content for Vlogtober. Today is Vlogtober day number 3. Y'all, I realized on Vlogtober day number 1, I was so tired at recording that video, editing that video. Well, I realized I put at the bottom Vlogtober day number 3. Girl, no, that was number 1. But today is actually the real number 3, day number 3. And it is another story time because y'all did y'all big one. So let's get into it. Okay, so y'all, this story time take place. I know y'all looking at the caption, like the title, like, girl, what? This story time takes place like back in my childhood days, but it's an oldie but goodie. So anyway, around this time, this is when I was young. We was all living on the street, just having a good time. And I don't know, I ain't even gonna toot my own horn too much, but y'all, I was the glue to my friendships. Like, literally, I was the friend that if I'm not home or if I'm not outside, they not outside. Like, street be lit as hell, but if I'm not home, they don't fuck with each other. Like, a lot of our friends growing up, they did not like Toxic. Literally, they probably was friends with Toxic. Well, yeah, because every time I would fall out with Toxic, they wouldn't be cool with her either. So they was friends with her because I was friends with her, basically. And I mean, like, the other friends, they would kind of be with each other sometimes, but 9 times out of 10, baby, I needed to be there. But anyways, one day I wasn't there. Toxic aunt lives literally by my grandma's house, like by where I live at. So she would be there all the time and stuff like that, on and off living there or whatever. So one day I wasn't home. I forgot where I was, who knows. So I wasn't home or whatever, and a lot went down. Like, nobody was outside though. So I come back and I end up going, because every time I go outside, make my rounds to go get everybody. So I go to Toxic house, go get her, pull up on her, and then we go to our other homegirl house. We just gonna name her Shay. And then we went to our other, like, we just start collecting people. But as we going to go to everybody's house, I'm asking her, like, what was y'all doing? I don't know why I will always ask that, as if I knew they was not doing shit without me. But I'm like, what was y'all doing yesterday, like, when I wasn't outside? So they like, girl, we wasn't doing nothing. And then Toxic was telling me, like, oh, but my brother made friends with this boy that live around the corner, like, these boys that live around the corner. And she was like, girl, they look good. So I'm like, for real? Mind you, we will always, like, walk around the corner or, like, walk to other streets and stuff like that to try to meet other kids and stuff like that. It wasn't just like, oh no, fast type shit. Like, we would literally go around there, like, go other neighborhoods and walk around to try to meet friends. Like, literally, we was the kids, which this is probably was not safe, so I would not recommend it, but we was the kids, like, if we see somebody pulling up with a U-Haul, we go, and they moving in somewhere, like, we gonna ask them, y'all got kids? Y'all got kids that come over? Like, you got kids for us to play with? Or one day we literally went streets, like down the streets, blocks, and was knocking on people's door and be like, hi, do you have kids? And that's kind of weird. I don't know, where was our parents? But anyway, so yeah, she told me that her brother had met this boy around the corner or whatever. So I'm like, dang, I ain't never seen him. Mind you, it's the summertime, so maybe he couldn't come out during the school year. So which, that's when you start meeting a lot of kids, because a lot of kids, I guess wasn't allowed to come out during the school year, but in the summertime, that's when everybody be outside. So she was just like, yeah, we met this boy, he looked good. She was like, I went over there with my brother because I was bored, like, when you wasn't here. She was like, and yeah, I like him. She's like, it's this one boy named Cody. We just gonna name him Cody. This ain't his name. She's like, it's this one boy named Cody, and he look good. Like, I like him. So I was like, oh my God, like, I can't wait to go over there and see them. She was like, but they all look good, whatever. So we had another friend. We just gonna name her V. We end up telling V, like, we all talking about it. So we're gonna have to make our way around there. We're gonna have to ride our bikes over there because we just want to see what's up. So we ended up going to our one friend house. She don't need no name, really. She really don't. But her brother is gonna get a name. So she had a brother, and her brother used to be so in love with me. We just gonna name him Bobby Hill from King of the Hill because he looked like him. It's funny because nobody pointed out but my uncle. My uncle used to be like, hey, listen, little nigga look like Bobby Hill. We used to just die laughing. So after that, we all would call this boy Bobby. That was not his name. But if y'all want a visual, he looked like that, but he acted like, imagine Paul Wall and Bubble Sparks mixed together as a child. That's how he act. Like, he literally was the same age as us and shit like that. So anyway, we go over there and we like, where your sister at? He like, what's up, boo? And it'll be funny because he'll go to his dad's car and play music on there and be trying to sing to me. So he'll start bumping. He'd be like, I see you winding and grinding. He'll play that for me, and he'll play trying to get to you and that booty. And he's like, I'm trying to get to you and that booty, boo. And I used to be like, what the fuck is wrong with this boy? But anyway, so we was over there trying to get his sister or whatever. She used to be wishy-washy because one minute she'll come outside and be cool with us, and sometimes she'll have a whole attitude and just be like, fuck y'all, I ain't talking to y'all today. So he was like, yeah, she ain't really fucking with y'all today. Like, she ain't trying to come outside. So we like, what's up with her? Like, she finna come outside. Y'all, we was weird as hell as kids because we sit really standing in her like in a yard. We would open the gate and just be in a yard hanging out. I don't know why they would never tell us like, get the fuck out our yard. But even if they wouldn't come outside and say, even if Bobby Hill wouldn't be outside, we would literally be in a yard and be just playing, like riding our bikes or just chilling in a front yard. I have no idea why. So we was in there for a cool minute. V, the girl named V, she was like, let's go over there and see what them boys looking like. So I'm like, all right, let's go. So Toxic was like, dang, I was trying to wait till my brother go back in the house because if I go over there right now, he probably gonna be irritated or say something. So I'm like, nah, let's just go. Like, forget what he said. We just gonna ride our bikes. We not gonna say nothing because we wasn't that bold. So we ended up riding our bikes over there. They was literally around the corner. So they in the middle of the street just playing football and playing and stuff like that. Toxic brother hated us, by the way. He hated the fuck out of us. And it was because of my sister. She was a drama maker. Mind you, my sister don't even hang out with me. Why am I guilty by association? But it was just like an incident that happened and my sister had got him beat up. But neither here nor there. So he hated us, by the way. So we went over there and yeah, so we riding our bikes and V, she was real like, I don't give a fuck. So she went over there, she was like, what's up, Toxic brother? And he was just like, oh man, like he got irritated, like stop talking to me. So she started laughing, she just keep riding her bike. Mind you, they trying to play football, this bitch riding her bike in a circle around him. We on the sidewalk just standing there watching and laughing. I was like, oh, he cute right there, the boy with the curly hair, cute. So Toxic was like, that's Cody. So I was like, he is cute, oh my god. So our other friends, the girl named Shay, she like, girl, he's not all that one now, that one over there, he cute. So we just staring at them, giggling like little weirdos and stuff. So Toxic brother was like, Toxic leave from over here. I'm gonna tell mom, like, go get your friends and leave, take your friends and go. So she like, man, I'm just over here, like I just wanted to see you. He's like, man, get away from here, I'm about to go tell on you, you gonna have to go in the house. So Toxic like, all right, let's go. So V like, he ain't finna do shit, bitch, you ain't finna do nothing, you ain't finna tell me what to do. So I'm like, V, come on. She used to just be the problematic one, oh my god. So I'm like, V, come on. Mind you, V was older than us, so I'm just like, V, come on, like let's go. And mind you, just to give y'all a timeline, this is when I was in the 6th grade. So V, she probably was like in the 8th grade, and I want to say Cody was in the 8th grade too. So anyway, so we was like, come on, we just started leaving, and V, she lingered around for a little bit, but she ended up following behind us. We just still chilling and stuff like that, and the day goes on, whatever. I end up going home, right? So my sister, she will always have friends over and stuff like that. I'm in the house. We didn't really have a time where we were supposed to come in the house. Like, we could literally come in the house whenever, which was kind of weird. And that's not a good thing either, because I remember one time I got so mad at my mom because she was trying to show off in front of my auntie and whoop me because I came in the house at midnight in 3rd grade. But I was just like, girl, no, was I in the 2nd grade? Either way it goes, she had no business putting her hands she had no business whooping me for that, because we used to stay out later than that. Like, we would be outside, but I wouldn't be outside. I'd be in somebody's house. But yeah, my auntie was just like, girl, you just let your kids come in the house, whatever. But anyway, back to the story. So I was in the house because my friends' parents didn't play that. They had to be in the house when the street lights came on. And after a while, they'd be like, Symone, go home. You can't just be here no more. I had one friend, but she ended up moving. One friend, they mama did not care. I'd be down there long. They'd be like, can she spend the night? Her mama would say, no, they'd hide me in their closet. I'm staying the night. Anyway, so back to this story. I was in the house or whatever. It's probably like 10. It's probably like 9 o'clock or whatever. And my sister ended up coming in the house with her homegirl. So she was just like, you be around the corner? So my heart started beating kind of fast because I'm like, wait, is she gonna tell? But then I thought about it, like, who you gonna tell? Because I'm not going to trouble. I could just say I rode over there. So she was like, you be around the corner? So I was like, no. Like, around what corner? Like, I'd be around a lot of corners. Like, what you mean? So she was just like, you know Cody and them? Like, you know Cody, and then she named the other people, like, stuff like that. So I was like, what the fuck? This is weird. Like, where is she getting this information from? So I was like, no, I don't know who is Cody? Who are these people? So she was like, around the corner, Cody. Like, it's a boy. She like, he be over there. He light skin. He got curly hair or whatever, like him. So I was like, oh, I think I probably seen them playing football in the street. She was like, okay, well, that's your boyfriend. So I said, what? She was like, that's your boyfriend. I was like, Tatiana, what are you talking about? So she was like, well, okay, so I was over there. She was like, I know such and such. She said this one boy. Mind you, my sister was in the 9th grade at this time, and she knew his friend that hung out with him that was in 9th grade too. And Cody was in the 8th grade. So she was like, we was over there talking to such and such, like this one boy. She was like, and then Cody was trying to talk to me like, oh, you look good, I ain't never seen you before. He was trying to talk to me and stuff like that, and I told him like, boy, I do not date younger than me. She was like, so I told him like, I got a sister, you could date my sister. But mind you, she didn't know how old he was though. She just knew that he was not in high school with them, so she thought I guess she just assumed, she just knew he was in middle school, so she assumed like, oh, you my little sister. So I told him I got a little sister. So he's like, oh, for real? And I was like, yeah, you want to be with her, like you want that to be your girlfriend? And she was like, and he was like, yeah. So I'm like, I can't date Cody. So she was like, why? Mind you, damn, now that I think about it, this was my first boyfriend. Not this girl put me on to not my first relationship being an arranged relationship. So I was like, I can't date Cody. Like, I can't, that can't be my boyfriend. So she was like, why? He cute. Like, she was like, actually put some clothes, put some shoes on and put something on, like put a sweater on or something. We finna go around there because they still just hanging out. So I was like, what? She was like, yeah, come on. Why you can't talk to him? Like, you could come meet him. So I was like, I can't date him because, I'm like, I can't date him because toxic like him. She was like, well, so now he's your boyfriend. Y'all, one thing about it, my sister terrorized shit. She literally was the problem of the street. Literally, it's funny because she did this to Ebony before. She literally is, I don't know what it was. She was a pusher. Like, I don't know why we listened to her. But it's funny because me and her be like reminiscing on stuff and laughing. I don't know what was up with her. But anyway, so she was like, come on, put something on. Like, put something on, come on. So I'm like, dang, I don't know why I felt like I had to. So I end up putting on something. I'll go around the corner. And it's just so funny because her saying I got a sister for you, me and my sister was like not the same at this time. Mind you, it took me, I want to say when I really started getting into myself, I want to say maybe I was like in the 10th grade. I ain't even gonna say 9th. I probably was like in the 10th grade. 11th grade was like really fully, but baby, I was not. Y'all, she used to make sure her hair, nails done, look good, look cute. I did not give a fuck. I would be outside with holy ass jeans on, dirty ass t-shirts. I did not care. So saying you got a sister for somebody when she don't look nothing like you was insane. Like, I was raggedy as fuck. Y'all, if I could find any pictures, I would post them. But baby, it was not giving at all. Oh my god. So anyway, but at this time, of course, I'm not like an insecure little kid because I don't be thinking about boys like that. So I'm not thinking like, bitch, you look a damn mess. So I throw on my dirtiest sweater. She like, go put a different one on. I'm like, why? She was just like, go, just put a different one on. Put something on that's clean. So I'm like, okay. I'm not thinking of that, but I put on my sweater and I'm like, fuck. So we go walk up over there. So they all just big chilling. His mama outside, his daddy outside. They big smoking, drinking and stuff like that. All the kids still outside. Not like toxic brother wasn't there though, because like I said, he hate my sister. Like how much he don't like us, he hated her. So whenever she's around, oh, he's gonna disappear. So anyway, so everybody outside, whatever, I see him. So I'm walking up. One thing that used to irritate me too, y'all, we used to have this cat, and this damn cat would follow me everywhere I went. Like if my mom put her on me, like go with Symone. Oh my god. So the cat is following us, and I don't know why I would get embarrassed. I know y'all probably think like, how's y'all cat get out y'all house? It was our cat, but she didn't sleep in the house. My grandma didn't want her in the house. So yeah, she used to sleep in our bar window, like yeah, outside. So she following us. I'm just trying to shoo the cat away, and she like, come on. I'm just irritated. I'm like, damn, this cat just finna embarrass my whole life. Love the cat though. But anyway, so we walk up, and he's looking like he's smiling and laughing at everybody, but I know he's looking like, it was funny because the look he kind of gave was like, that's her. Mind you, I just seen him earlier, but he wasn't paying us no mind. But I know he probably really was like, that's your sister? That's the girl you just hooked me up with? I don't know why you agreed to go with her sister anyway. So she walked up and she was just like, Cody, come here. This is my sister Symone. So he was all like, oh, hi. But he put on a smile. He like kind of like scoot over with his bike towards me. So I was like, hi. Like I was so nervous. I'm damn near shaking out my fucking skin. I'm like, hi. He was like, oh, what's up? Like your sister told you that you my girlfriend or something like that. So I was like, yeah, she told me. He was like, okay, like, well, nice to meet you. It was so awkward. So his mama was like, hold on, Cody, that's your little girlfriend? Because I guess they had this conversation literally in front of the mama too. So she's like, that's your little girlfriend? Oh, come here, you part of the family? She gave me a hug. She's like, hey girl. She put the blunt like over here. She like, hey girl, you part of the family now? Okay, you cute. So I'm just like smiling, and she was like, okay, so this your little sister? And when I think back on it, they probably was asking like, help her out. you just got your little sister looking like that? So anyway, so we just talking and stuff like that. They all just talking, we chilling outside. This whole time I'm thinking like, I cannot date this boy. I gotta break up with him, toxic like him, even though we both think he cute. She seen him first. I was just like, oh my god, I cannot do this. So we just hung out over there probably like midnight, and then we just end up going back in the house. I'm stressed out because I'm like, damn, how the fuck I'm finna do this? Like, I'm never, every time when they ask like, oh, let's go over there and look at the boys, I'm gonna be like, no. Because I was just gonna keep it from her at this point. So the next day roll around, Toxic ended up telling me like, okay, like get ready, like we finna go outside and shit like that. So I go outside and I'm chilling with her. I'm chilling with the normals, with Shay, V. Today Bobby Brown, today Bobby Hill's sister wanted to come outside, so she with us too, and we all just talking and chilling and shit like that, right? So they was like, oh, let's go around the corner. Toxic brother wasn't there today. So she like, let's go around the corner and go see them. So I'm like, nah, not today. Like, we don't need to go look at them today. Let's go meet more kids. Like, let's go walk somewhere else. So they like, why, when we could just go around the corner? So I'm like, I don't want to go around the corner. Mind you, I ain't want to mention it at all. So they like, why? Like, what's the problem? The other day you was like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't want to. So we ended up going to my house. I forgot what we went over there to get. We went to my house and my sister ended up coming outside. Oh my God. When she do this smile, just know she finna do some shit. So she come outside and she was just like, why you over here? Why y'all over here? I keep seeing y'all on this street. So I was like, because we always on this street. Me and my sister was like night and day. We'll get into it all the time. I'm like, because we always on this street. She was just like, oh. And she looked at me and she looked at Toxic. I just knew. I'm like, come on, y'all. So she was like, she folded her arms and she was like, so you not gonna go speak to your boyfriend? So they looking at me like, your boyfriend? Who the fuck your boyfriend? So I'm like, Tatiana, shut up. Like, no, like, leave me alone. So they like, who's your boyfriend? She was like, oh, she didn't tell y'all? So she was like, that little boy Cody around the corner, that's her boyfriend. Toxic looked at me. She was like, how is Cody your boyfriend? I was like, he's not my boyfriend. So Tatiana's like, oh, so you're not claiming him? I'm like, bitch. So I was just like, well, I didn't know Tatiana hooked me up with him. I wasn't even there. So she was like, but you met him last night though. I'm just like, oh, she just want issues in this friendship. Because mind you, growing up, we used to fight on that street a lot. Like, it used to be fights. So maybe she wants to see one. Who knows? So she was like, oh, you met him last night though? So I'm like, yeah, because you told me to go. Toxic was like, so that's your boyfriend? And I was like, well, I told her that you liked him first. So she was like, okay, well, that's your boyfriend now. Go say hi to him or something. Like, don't just be not speaking to him or something. So I'm just like, this bitch. In my head, I'm like, she's weird. So we end up leaving. It's awkward. And Toxic was like, so Cody is your boyfriend now? And I was like, well, I'm gonna break up with him because I knew you liked him first. I just didn't want to say yesterday because his mom and him was there and everything. She was like, so you met his mom? I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna break up with him because like I said, I knew you liked him first or whatever. So Toxic was like, no, don't break up with him. Toxic was like, let's go over there. She was like, he didn't get to meet me yet. So at this point, I'm like, what? She was like, he didn't get to meet me yet. So I was like, Toxic, that's my boyfriend. Like, bitch, what? At first, look, I was willing to break up with the nigga because I knew you liked him. But now you basically saying like, bitch, yeah, that's your nigga now. But he ain't seen me yet. She like, he didn't get to meet me yet. She like, so let's go over there. He didn't really get to meet me because my brother was there. But now my brother's not there. Like, he could meet me too. So I was like, oh, so you think he gonna leave me for you? So V was like, Toxic, you think he gonna break up with her for you? She was like, I'm just saying he didn't get to choose who he wanted because Tatiana set it up. And I'm just like, this bitch got me fucked up. At this point, I'm like, oh yeah, that's my nigga. Ain't no breaking up. So I was like, okay, let's go over there. I thought I looked good too. I had me a little dress on, whatever. But I thought I looked good. I had me an echo red dress on and it was blue stripes. Yeah, I was that girl that day. So I was like, okay, Toxic, you want to play? Let's play. So we ended up going around the corner or whatever, and they playing football and stuff like that, like normal or whatever. And they was like, go say hi to him. So I'm like, nah, he playing. Mind you, we just like weird little girls. We just staring at them. They in the middle of the street. We in the middle of the street staring at them. They getting close to us because we'll get closer to them like when they playing. We was fucking weird. I knew he probably was like, man, bro. I know he probably was thinking like, this is not what I thought when she said little sister. Anyway, so yeah, they ended up, when they was like done, he came over there with his homeboy. His homeboy was like the more social one because Cody would be kind of like shy or whatever. So he came over there and he like, what's up? Like, you ain't gonna speak to your girlfriend? What's up? So he laughing. But at this point, I don't know why I felt like it was a joke. Like, I felt like this shit is comical to this nigga. So anyway, he was like, you ain't gonna speak to your girlfriend? So he like, oh, what's up, Symone? He gave me like a one-arm hug. And I'm like, hey, Cody. So, he like, we just staring at them. So V was like, damn, y'all just gonna stare at each other? Y'all ain't gonna say nothing? She like, Toxic, say what you came here to say. So I'm like, this is a messy ass friendship. So Toxic was like, hi, remember me, Cody? I'm such and such sister. So he was like, oh yeah, I remember you. She was like, remember I was at your house the other day? Like, I was inside your house. And he was like, oh yeah, with your brother. Yeah, your brother real cool or whatever. She was like, yeah, that's my brother. And he's like, yeah, you know, it's awkward. So then I was like, okay, Cody, so what school do you go to? Like, you know, we just was talking about that. I'm like, you don't go to the same school as me. What school you go to? So he was like, oh, I go to such. He went to a private school. So I'm like, oh, you don't go to Henry Clay? So he like, nah, I don't go there. My mom didn't want me to go there. So I was like, oh, so his homeboy was like, I go there. He's like, so I'm going to be watching you, making sure you ain't talking to no boys or nothing like that. So I don't know, it was awkward. So next thing you know, Toxic was like, my brother think you're really cool. So he just like, oh yeah, like he real cool too, like he's cool too. So everybody else is just looking at us like, this shit is weird. So then Toxic was like, my name is Toxic. So he's like, okay, all right, Toxic, that's a cool name, whatever. So his homeboy was like, your name is what? So she's like, my name is Toxic. So he was like, where did they get that from? So everybody started laughing and stuff like that. So I was just like, I don't know, I just changed the subject. So he was like, I guess he could tell it was like weird for her. So Cody was like, so what school do you go to? Like, you go to the same school too? So I don't know why I was being a bitch, y'all. I was just like, cause I don't know, what's irritating me, cause why are you talking to my man too much, girl? So when he was like, you go to the same school, I was like, no, she's in elementary still. Mind you, Toxic had got held back, not to put her business in the streets or whatever, but she got held back, so she was still in elementary. So I was like, no, she in elementary still. He was like, oh, you in elementary? And the homeboy was like, elementary? Damn, you look the same age as everybody else. And then, but I didn't say she got held back though. So she was just like, no, I was really smart, so they want she used to stay saying this stupid shit. She was like, I was really smart, so they wanted me to stay. And plus, y'all know the favorite line when people got held back, the teacher didn't like me. She was not to be no offense to nobody, but I swear people should stay saying that shit. And I used to be like, oh, okay, sure. But anyway, so she was like, yeah, my teacher didn't like me. She was like, but then they wanted me to stay because I was super smart, so they wanted me to help with everybody else. So Cody just looked and was smiling, started laughing. Cody homeboy was like, they don't do that. And I'm just like, it was so awkward. And she looked at me because I know she was probably like, bitch, why the fuck you had to tell this nigga I was in elementary? So then next thing you know, out of nowhere, when they was laughing, the boys was like, they don't do that. And they was kind of like giggling and stuff. And I'm trying not to laugh because I ain't want to laugh in her face, but I probably did do a little smirk. I ain't gonna lie. Call me not a girl's girl, all y'all want to. Y'all be acting like y'all ain't never laughed in a bitch face before. But anyway, so I'm kind of like smirking, like trying not to laugh like too much or whatever. So then here go Toxic was like, Cody, did my brother tell you I like you? Y'all, I was pissed. I looked at her and he was like, no, he didn't tell me that. So she was just like, oh. So then the boy started looking at me, his friend looking at me, he looking at Toxic, he's smiling. So B was like, yeah, Toxic, because that's why you want to come over here, to tell him that you like him. So it was so awkward. So then next thing you know, because mind y'all, like I told y'all, my cat used to follow me everywhere. The cat rubbing up against my leg. He was like, it just was so awkward. So he was like, whose cat is that? So then I'm like, I don't know. So Toxic was like, it's Symone's cat. Because she knew I was so embarrassed by it. I don't know why. So when he was like, oh, that's your cat? He was like, so he picked it up. He was like, I just always thought, because mind you, I forgot to mention when I was at his house the night before that the cat was rubbing up against me. And he asked who cat was that. And I just like ignored it. Like, shit, I don't know what you're talking about. So he was like, oh, I just thought it was weird. Because I was about to say, this cat is always just rubbing up against you. Where does random ass cat be coming from? So he picking up the cat and he just rubbing it. And next thing you know, it was just so awkward. It was awkward. So then V was like, so who you gonna choose? You gonna choose Symone or you gonna choose Toxic? Because that's what she wanted to know. His homeboy was like, wait, that's what y'all came over here for? So he was like, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm about to go home. He dropped my cat so damn fast and rolled back to his house. And his friend was like, I'll be back, y'all. I'll be back, y'all. I don't know why when they left, I socked Toxic in the arm. And she was like, stop. And she socked me back. And they was like, what the fuck? I'm like, Toxic, you're weird. Like, why did you do that? She's like, I told you he didn't get to see me first. And she's like, I could tell he liked me by the way he rode off. He didn't want to hurt your feelings. So then V just laughed. And she's just like, well, let's go over there to his house and find out. Like, he ain't finna just not tell us who he likes. So let's go over there. So I was like, no, we're not finna go over. I'm like, no, we're not finna go over there. Forget it. Like, if he want to break up, like, he'll tell me, whatever. I don't know. I was just so irritated. I'm like, not this old raggedy ass bitch. Bitch, go like somebody else. Like somebody else. I'm just kidding. I know y'all probably think like, girl, she spotted him first. Well, I got him first. How about that? So anyway, we ended up leaving from right there because he never came back. So we literally just standing in the middle of the street looking stupid as shit. So we ended up going, we like, okay, let's go to Bobby Hill house or whatever. We like, let's go to Bobby Hill house or whatever. So we go over there and we just chilling. And he's still playing trying to get to you and that booty. Like, Symone, I'm trying to get to you and that booty. Trying to get to you. And he be sitting there with the door open like this his fucking car. So I was just so irritated with him because I'm already mad because now I don't know if my man finna choose up. So I was just like, Bobby, turn that shit off. I got a boyfriend. So he like, you got a boyfriend? He's like, who your boyfriend? He hop out the car. Like I said, imagine Bubble Sparks. He dressed like that too. Big pants, big t-shirt. He hop out the car. He was like, who your boyfriend? So I'm like, my boyfriend live around the corner. And Toxic was like, she don't even know if he still like her or not because he just met me. So he was like, you let somebody take my boo? Like, y'all just let somebody take my boo for me? And I'm just like, this nigga, he would not let up. So they like, so V was like, well, I guess they gonna see. They waiting on him to let them know. So Toxic was like, Symone, you might as well talk to Bobby Hill because I already know that Cody's gonna pick me. So I was like, girl, you talk to him. So he like, man, do he know you be in the car with me? Do he know we be in the car together? We always hanging out. Mind you, this nigga act like I be sitting in his daddy car. No, he's talking about we be in the car together because my grandma literally gives everybody a ride to school. Like if she see y'all walking, like everybody knew each other on that street. So she'll be like, oh, that's such and such. She'll pull over, come out, get in the car. Y'all ain't not finna walk. So yeah, what are you talking about? So he's like, you just get a ride from school with my grandma. He like, so we still be in the car and you sit next to me. So I'm just like, boy, ain't nobody worried about you. So we still just there talking and stuff like that. So V was like, Bobby, you over here be trying to talk to Symone, but you was just trying to touch my booty the other day when she wasn't even here. So he was like, man, oh well, don't be telling her that. Don't be telling her that. Like, V, I don't care about him. Like, I don't care about him. You could have him. And I was like, and if you don't want him, Toxic could have him. Because I was like, because Cody is not gonna pick you. You know, just little like drama shit. So Toxic just laughing. And V was like, bitch, what the fuck you laughing for? Mind you, V was way older than us. She probably was like in the 8th or 9th grade shit. Who knows? But V like, what the bitch, what did you laughing for? She like, bitch, what did you laugh for? The Toxic was like, I could laugh. So she was like, you gonna be laughing, all right, when you feel stupid when that little boy don't want to talk to you. So she was just like, girl, you're mad because don't nobody want your ugly ass. That's what Toxic said to V. So V was like, bitch, what? So they getting into it, and it's just normal for people to just get into it on that street, especially with Toxic. So they getting into it or whatever. So Bobby Hill was like, oh, ooh, he just doing the most or whatever. So Toxic get close to her. She was like, I'm not scared of you, because V got off her bike. She put her bike down. She was like, so Toxic, I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you. So she got up on her and she pushed her. Mind you, V was like really skinny. So Toxic pushed her, and when she pushed her, she fell. V got up and whooped that ass. She got up, her and Toxic started fighting. She beat the, I know y'all probably thinking like, this bitch was older than y'all. I know. She was. I don't know how the fuck she used to fight people. I think she was like in the 8th grade too. I don't know. She had to be, because she wasn't that much older. But anyway, V started beating up Toxic. Toxic had these braids. My sister used to braid all our hair and shit like that. Well, but just me and Toxic, whatever. So my hair was done. But Toxic thought she was cute because her hair was done too. That's why when she was thinking like, yeah, he ain't seen me yet with these braids your sister just gave me. And she had a cute ass little mohawk she braided her. Anyway, so she was just like, they fight or whatever. And V, Toxic trying to swing V, but V start pulling Toxic hair. Y'all tell me why. We just letting them fight, because that's literally what we would do. Nobody would break this shit up. Literally, it didn't matter where we fought at. Adults used to fight too on that street, so it really didn't even matter. For real, it depends on who house y'all fighting at. Some houses it'd be like, y'all not finna do that here, but 9 times people didn't fight at my house. But like my one homegirl house, it used to go down, but her people used to be fighting all the time too. So yeah, we not breaking it up, we just watching the fight, because that's what we like to do. So we watch the fight like, ooh, doing the most. So next thing you know, Toxic swung V. When she swung her and fell, V, Toxic was screaming. She holding her head screaming. V like this with her braids, 2 of her braids in her hair. Mind you, her hair was braided with her real hair. She ripped her braids out her scalp. So she like crying and stuff like that. So Toxic little sister was like, come on Toxic, let's go. Like, let's just leave. So I'm like, oh my God. So she started leaving crying. I don't know why. Y'all, what type of friend are we anyway? You know, when you kids, you be horrible friends. We didn't like follow them. Like, we didn't go with her to go home. We just stand there. We was still talking to V. And I'm like, what the, like, why'd y'all even fight? Like, what was that even about? And the girl who house and Bobby Hill, whatever, his daddy was so messy, so he'd be out there like, oh, I seen y'all out there. What was y'all fighting for? V, you a little fighter too. You a little Mike Tyson around here. So she laughing. She still holding Toxic braids. So I'm about to go get that bitch her braids back. I'm gonna go get that bitch her braids back, y'all. It was just too much. And I don't know why we all went up over there. And I'm like, let's just go check on her. But I guess we could go with her to give her hair back. Y'all, we went over there to give her hair back. Toxic auntie like, get away from my house. Y'all cannot be here. Toxic mom was there too. You know what? Toxic mom probably, when that whole situation happened, when she lied and said we jumped her, she probably was like, bitch, it probably did happen. That's probably why she really believed that shit. She probably was like, girl. So I'm like, I didn't do nothing. I'm here to, I was actually gonna go in the house with her and talk to her and like probably like just chill her or whatever. But yes, but her mom's kicking us all off the porch or whatever. So V, she was so disrespectful. She was like, get her hair back here. Take her hair back. And she throwing it. So I'm like, I'm not even trying to be like, oh no, fighting stuff and nothing like that. So she's like, get away from my house. I'm gonna call the police. Da 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 da. Like they just like yelling and stuff like that. And I'm trying to explain to her, look, I'm not here for that. I'm not here. So she's like, well, why you didn't help her fight? And I'm like, because nobody was jumping her. That's why I didn't help her fight. So she was mad. She just kicked us all off the porch. She was like, yeah, she can't hang out with y'all no more. So we go and yeah, V left the braids on the porch. And I'm just like, And it was funny because my friend, the one we gonna name Shay, my friend Shay, she was like, well, maybe she could just glue them back. It's not that deep. She could just glue the braids back to her head, y'all. So we ended up leaving, and I'm mad because I'm like, dang, like now it seemed like just so much going on. I know she used to probably really feel like everybody was against her, but it wasn't like that. It's just like, I'm really technically your only friend here because nobody else like you, and so I don't know. So that's why I was kind of feeling bad because I'm like, dang, I'm really her only friend. Then you just go get beat up after we get into it. So I don't know. So anyway, that was that day. That happened. So let's fast forward to some few days later. Me and Cody, that's still my man or whatever, I guess. I would just literally say hi to him and that would be it. So one day I was just chilling in the house or whatever. It's a few days later and everybody was gone, but my uncle had a package coming. So he was like, stay in the house because I need you to sign for it. Don't know why they was letting, mind you, I'm home alone, a little kid. We used to always be home alone. Now I think about where was everybody at? So he was like, stay home. I need you to sign for the package. And my sister was like, I'm not staying in the house to do that. So I was staying in the house. Mind you, I'm looking across the street. I have not talked to Toxic since that fight happened. Like, she was not fucking with me, and I was just like, whatever, fuck it. So I'm sitting in the living room and we got a big window. Why I see Toxic and her brother walking towards Cody's house. So I'm like, mind you, she know we ain't outside because if we was outside, you would have seen us like riding bikes and shit like that past your house. Like, you would have seen us. So I see her and her brother walking towards Cody's house, and I'm feeling away because I'm like, Toxic, why the fuck is you going over there? Like, this bitch got me fucked up. I'm so irritated because I can't even go outside. So I end up calling Shay. I'm like, Shay, go get V and y'all come to my house, just kick it with me for a minute until we could get out, like till I could leave. It seemed like that motherfucking UPS or FedEx, don't remember which one it was, it seemed like they didn't come for so long. I was so irritated because I literally couldn't go out. Like, by the time that shit came, Toxic and her brother was already back in the house. So I was so annoyed, and at this point nobody could be outside no more because it's late and they got to be in the house. So I was irritated as hell. Like, damn, I can't even go over there and see what was up. So I was asking my sister, like, are you gonna go over there and talk to Cody's friend? And she's like, girl, why don't hang out with you? because I'm thinking like I need somebody to go with me over there. She's like, girl, I don't hang out with you. So I'm like, I was just acting because I didn't get to go outside today. She was like, okay, well, you're not about to hang out with me, and no, I'm not going over there. So I was so irritated, like, damn, this bitch is a bitch, y'all. So anyway, like, now it's the next day, roll around. I'm still not talking to Toxic or whatever. So I wanted to go over there immediately. Mind you, I barely say 2 words to this boy, but I want to go see what the fuck she said. So I go over there, and he talking. He not really saying much because I'm not saying nothing to him either. I'm with my friends Shay and V or whatever. He not really saying nothing, like, I'm not asking him and he not saying nothing. So then V, she's so bold. She was just like, was Toxic over here the other day? So he was like, oh yeah, she was here with her brother. She was like, what she was saying? Like, what she was saying? So he was like, oh, she was saying like she not cool with y'all no more. She had beat one of y'all up, and she had beat one of y'all up. And he was all like, then she was saying like, you know, that was pretty much it. So she was like, she said she beat me up. Oh, I'm about to ride over to her house and beat her up. I'm gonna make her mama make her come outside and fight me in their yard. I'm gonna beat her ass. So I'm like, B, shut up. So he was just laughing, and he was like, oh, so you the one she had beat up? So she like, she didn't beat me up. She didn't beat me up. Did you see that bald spot in her hair? I ripped her braids out. So he was like, no, because she took her braids out and put it in a ponytail, so you couldn't really see the bald spot. So he was like, no, I didn't see no bald spot. She didn't even talk about that. He was like, yeah, I ripped her braids out. So I was just like, dang, that's crazy. Because I'm thinking like, what would be her point of coming over here? So he was like, yeah, she said she not friends. She said she not friends with y'all no more. He was like, she was telling me that she told you that she liked me, and then you ran over here to try to be with me. I was like, she told you that? He was like, yeah, she told me that she liked me first, and that you had said that you had told your sister to hook you up with me. I said, oh, she said that? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh. So then V was laughing. She was like, Symone, is that how it happened? I'm like, no, it's not how it happened. My sister just did it. She didn't even know I knew who he was. So they laughing and stuff like that. So I was like, did she tell you why? I'm getting mad because now they laughing, really like questioning, like, oh, Symone, is that how it happened? It probably happened like that. And I'm getting so irritated. So the messiness popped out of me. I ain't gonna lie. When I was a kid, I was an instigator. I instigated so many fights. I was so messy. And it's funny because I remember my cousin was like, bitch, you always started fights. I'ma beat your ass. And y'all, I was so scared of her. I was like, huh? You gonna beat who ass, girl? No. But anyway, so I was like, so I'm getting irritated because they laughing and stuff about it. So my messy cap came on like, ding. So I was like, did she tell you why her brother don't like us? So he was like, no. Why would she tell me why her brother don't like y'all? So I was like, oh, did she tell you why nobody likes her brother? She didn't tell you why? And he was like, no. So I was like, oh, you know my sister? And he was like, yeah, your sister. Like, I was like, my sister got her brother beat up because I was like, her brother don't like black people. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, her brother said this and that and that and that to my sister and this, that, and the third. I was like, you know, my cousin beat him up. And that's why he don't like her. I said, he probably really don't even like y'all. He probably talk shit about y'all too and call y'all black this, that, and that, and that, and monkeys and da 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 da. I was going in. And he was like, he said, what? He was like, he like that? So his homeboy was like, oh, hell no, he can't come around here no more. Y'all, and I'm just over here smiling, but as more as I seen, they was irritated about it, like, nah, we gonna press him. But the more I seen, when I was like seeing they said they was gonna press him, I was like, oh, I started feeling bad. I ain't even gonna lie, I love to see a good fight, but I done seen this boy get beat up one time too many. So I was like, oh, I kind of feel bad. So it's like, nah, we gonna say something to him, we gonna say something to him. So I'm feeling so fucking bad. We just over there chilling. Her brother next to you know, it's like clockwork. Her brother walking up happy-go-lucky, smiling and stuff with his game in his hand. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's gonna happen. I didn't want to be right there first. I was like, well, don't say I said it. And it was like, nah. So V was like, I said it. I don't fuck with him. Fuck him. Da 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 da. Y'all, when I tell y'all, this boy, if that boy had any other reason to hate me, I know he hated me even more because y'all, literally, they pressed him. They was doing the most. One of the boys was like about to try to fight him. I literally made this boy lose his friends all because I was jealous because this girl was over here in my man's face. Oh my God. After that, me and Toxic became cool again. We never was like not friends for too long because one thing about it, I'd be like, we need to have a friend group talk. Like, we need to sit down and talk. We used to watch too many reality TV shows and see reunions and shit. So we'd be like, oh, we need to talk. We need to have a talk. And them talks would get so fucking messy. But eventually we would be cool. But yeah, we always end up cool again. But it would be so weird. When I tell y'all that whole summer was so weird because me and Toxic would really be like fighting to get that boy attention and shit like that. Whole time he ain't worried about neither one of y'all. Don't date a nigga that your sister hook you up with on a blind date. I don't know, it was just so funny. But I felt so bad because they stopped fucking with her brother and it was just like, dang, that's my fault. I know he probably think like, y'all is some messy ass sisters. First your sister, now you. And it's just crazy because I don't even think he said it in that way when he said it to my sister. He probably did, who knows, I don't know. But eventually he probably did not think about it because he had apologized like years later to her and like to me and stuff like that, and I was just like, oh. And he was like, I want to apologize. So I don't know, but yeah, my sister was messy as fuck, bro. I felt bad, but like that whole summer, I promise you, me and her would really be in competition for this boy to where it was fucked up because this boy, you supposed to be my dog. I had ended up starting my period, and y'all tell me why it would be times where I wouldn't know. I don't know how I wouldn't know, or maybe I just was dumb, but I would have like TMI, I would have stains on my dress or stains on my clothes and she wouldn't say shit to me. I would just end up going home and my auntie would be like, Symone, come in the house. But nobody would say nothing to me and we'll be around them boys and I used to be like, this bitch hates me. But yeah, that's it for this story time. This is when I was a bad friend. This is story time when I was a bad friend and I took Toxic's man and it didn't really work out no way. So yeah, that's my bad. Anyway, that's it for this story time. I hope you guys enjoy Vlogtober day number 3 to be exact. If you haven't seen day 1 and 2, make sure y'all go view that story time from day 1 and that Q&A from day 2 and be prepared for the vlog for tomorrow because it's fun too. But I love you guys so much and I see y'all in my next one. Make sure to keep liking it up so we could keep running it up and keep doing these numbers. See y'all tomorrow.